Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on today's project I have something really cool to show you. So I'm super excited. We are going to be making a tree out of this Dollar Tree decorative nautical rope. We're going to be putting it on one of these magnetic hanging banners, and then we're going to make two. And then we're going to use either these wood little teeny cutouts, or these, and some of those are from Dollar Tree, or these buttons that came, these small buttons that came also from Dollar Tree. So it should be super fun. I'm really excited. I think you're going to see that this is so easy, and I am going to do a big one of this that I will frame with some of my vintage mother of pearl buttons, and I'll do something about how it's our family tree or something about family. But anyways, that'll probably be next week. So let me show you where we're going, and then we'll go there. All right, we are using these magnetic hanging banners, which has these two pieces that basically have magnets. Let me show you inside of them. And they just click together. And so I have one set of that, and I also have a refill. And the refill comes with two pieces. Oops. Okay. Let me just put this back on and I'll show you. And then we'll take it right back off because I don't want it on while I'm trying to work with it. Okay, this is my first tree. So I still have a lot to learn, but we're going to add probably colorful buttons to this one, and then either wood buttons, yeah, probably wood buttons or wood pieces to the other. So let's start though with making a tree. Okay, and when you get these refills, they're going to be rolled up, so they're going to be super wrinkly. The original one was pretty wrinkly too, so I just gave it a quick iron. And these can be cut however long you want them. This is 9 by 12. And this is called a 9 by 12 magnetic hanging banner. It comes with the fabric and the two pieces, the two magnetic pieces for top and bottom. Okay, so this is made with Dollar Tree rope. And basically you're just going to start out, I don't know, I'll get, we'll be trimming it. Let me get my ruler to tell you how long it is, because I know someone will ask. Okay, it's about 20 inches long, but I'm guessing that I'm probably going to be cutting some of it off. Okay, first thing you want to do is start unwinding the top. And this is a little time consuming, that's why I went ahead and did a full one so that we can put the doodads on that one. But you want to unwind the top part of it, going clear down towards the base of the trunk. And you'll find this Dollar Tree nautical rope, once you take it apart, there's a lot of individual pieces in here. Keep taking it apart. We're going to make this look, in my mind's eye, sort of like, I don't know, a tree that's sort of big and full, like I'm imagining a weeping willow, I think, or you know, I'm not super great with the names of plants. I also have a completely black thumb, so don't ever ask me to grow something for you because you'll be very sorry. So as you are hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm going to unwind the trunk just so that it's kind of loose. And then I'm going to unwind the very end, because this is kind of going to look like roots. And you could come back and cover this up with Spanish moss or green moss or like some decorative trim. whatever you want. You can also come back and trim these so they're all different lengths. Okay, so these are my roots, and this is going to be the top of my tree. So first thing you're going to do, and this is super glue intensive also, you are for sure 1000% going to get glue on your fingers. You are. So please use a low temperature hot gluing device. As I say on every video, I'm just using my cheapy SureBonder Cool Shot Mini. It has a plug. It's under $10. You can get it at pretty much any craft store, but I've purchased them at Hobby Lobby and at Walmart. Okay, and I kind of like the idea of my tree being a little bit off center, and I need to leave room here at the top and bottom for that, you know, the click-on thing. So I'm going to start with my tree sort of off to the side. And I'm going to spread some of my roots out. Okay. And we're not going to super worry about, you know, all the details on this one because I just want to show you how to do it. Okay, and then I want my trunk of my tree not to be so tightly coiled that it's super skinny. So let me just line this a little more. You can also do this idea. What started me thinking on this was this beautiful project. I shared the video with you guys last week by D&L Create. She made a tree that had a birdhouse on it. It was adorable. But she made it out of twigs from her yard on a little flower-shaped Dollar Tree piece that she painted blue. So this is my kind of spin on that idea. And then she used colored buttons. And we're going to use colored buttons, and we're probably going to also use some other things. Okay, so see how my tree trunk is not super skinny right now? Let me glue it down. Already, this is easier because I kind of have an idea from making the first one what I want to have happen here. That's the thing about making multiple of the same craft. You get to know what the, you know, the goal is, what the pros and cons are. Okay, it doesn't look like a tree at all yet. And this needs to be wider at the base, but we might just end up adding some small pieces there. Okay, then you're going to split up your top here. Let me scooch back a little bit further and try not to tip over my little tripod thingy here. And we're gonna pull these all apart and just kind of lay them down. And one thing I love about this Dollar Tree rope, it's called nautical rope, is that it's kind of curly, and so it looks like a tree grows. You know, they don't grow just completely straight. So let's get some of these separated. They're all going to be way too long, obviously. So maybe 20 inches is unnecessary for this project. But, you know, I didn't know what I was wanting to do. Okay, so I'm just untangling what will be our tree branches. What do you guys think so far? Do you like this idea? This is super, super affordable. Okay, so this banner, this 9x12 banner with the magnetic top and bottom comes from magnoliadiy.com, and the refills come from magnoliadiy.com also. And I love that you can do that so that you can make multiples and swap them in and out. Or you don't even have to use the magnetic part. You can just, you know, create something on this because it's really nice fabric. Okay, so here's the start of my tree. It doesn't look very tree-like yet. And I'm going to pull some of these here kind of down a little bit, like our tree has branches that are sort of bending over. So I'm just applying some glue and gently kind of pushing my individual pieces into it. Let's trim this off. And we're going to hang on to these though, because we're going to use those. But let me put them so they're out of our way. In some places I want my branches to be thicker, so I'm going to use two thicknesses or two cords out of this for this one. You just want to get these sort of glued down. They can cross over each other if you want them to. And then we'll trim, and then we'll add some extra branches on with our little trimmed pieces. And then we'll start the really fun part, so stay with me. And thank you to my special helpers. You guys are so good to me. You know, who answer the questions for me. I really appreciate that. You know, it's hard to talk and craft, and then it's harder to answer questions and craft. So I so appreciate you guys and all the help that you give me by answering, especially if you hopped on at the beginning and maybe there's somebody who just joined late. But do know, if you joined late, that you can, when this is not live anymore, you can come back and watch it on replay from the very start. Okay, let's start on this side so I can kind of, I'm going to make the branches go a little bit lower on this side that we opted to do off center. And there are going to be glue strings forever. There just are. So on the other one, I used my glue gun, or no, my heating device, this thing right here, also from Magnolia DIY, to kind of melt some of the glue strings away. And that does help. But I'm also going to definitely be spending some time to pull off what's just kind of hanging out. Okay, and I just want my tree branches to go all different ways. Let's do a thick one right here. They don't all have to curve the same direction. They can go different ways. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, let's do the last little ones of this here. Let's go this way. The color of this rope from Dollar Tree is perfect for this project because it looks just like, you know, what I imagine tree bark would look like. And this is going to be a lot more filled in once we add our little doodads. It's not going to be so scrawny and, you know. I like this tree much better than the one I did before already. So I'll hold it up in just 2 seconds and compare. Where does this one need to go? Let's have it go out here. Okay, let me trim. Okay. What do you guys think? Okay, so let's thicken up this bottom of this tree trunk with some of our leftover pieces. If you missed the beginning, what we're working with is this Dollar Tree decorative nautical rope that I just pulled apart, and I just am kind of gluing it here and there. I want this base here to not be so skinny. Yeah, this is helping a lot. What I really, you guys, what I really want to do is use my mother of pearl buttons. But I'm going to save that for a future project. Just a couple more pieces and then that won't look so skinny. Come back and trim the roots, or you know, the stuff going into the ground. I can trim those different lengths. My word, this is glue. If you love glue strings, you're gonna be in heaven. Whoa. Here was the first one. I'm gonna take it out of the. So you tell me, which one do you like better? I mean, they're both cute, but I like this one better. Okay, let's do the colored buttons from Dollar Tree on this one. And I bought two, where are they? I bought 2 of these little containers of buttons at Dollar Tree, and I just finished sorting them out. I took the big ones out and put them in a separate thing. And so we're gonna use these small ones, and for this project I'm just going to do a big variety of colors, so I'm not even going to really pay attention. I'll just start gluing them on, and I'm going to glue them on all over the place. At the end of the branches, underneath some of the branches. I don't want the brown ones that kind of disappear. If you missed the beginning also, I was telling how this project was inspired by a craft that I saw on a page called D&L Create. And theirs was made with twigs. Some more color here. Mine is made with rope. So they're definitely different, but that was the inspiration, and I always want to, you know, give credit when I've been inspired by something. I'm looking for some purple. Let me just quickly get these other ones glued on, and then I'll lift it up and show you. So you could seriously use absolutely any kind of buttons that you have on hand for this, whether they're, you know, your good ones or just craft buttons. And you can get a jar of craft buttons at Walmart for not very much, or at Dollar Tree for $1.25. So they're plentiful and easy to find. What do you guys think so far? Tell me in the comments. I personally think that I like everything more muted. I personally think that that would be more appealing to me. So I want to get the full hang of this before I attempt it on with some of my vintage mother of pearl buttons. I'm just picking out a variety of colors here. Okay, let's keep going. And I'm not being specific about what color I'm using. I'm just randomly popping them on here. One that was made by D&L Create with all the colored buttons. Theirs was definitely cuter, but this is my first attempt. So I'm gonna give myself a little grace and not get all insisting that it be perfect. This package of buttons from Dollar Tree, you know, they're all plastic, but dang, it's pretty nice. Ooh, there's even one with a shape. Okay, I need another glue stick. Tell me if you think, oh, you're so nice, Dawn. She says Heidi is a very creative crafter. You know what my inspiration is most days? Is that I don't want to do the same thing twice. I don't want you guys to be bored of me because I always do, you know, whatever. So I'm constantly trying to switch it up. And also I love crafting. I've always been a crafter. And I'm one of those crafters that I might not know what I'm doing or how to do it, but I will, if I'm determined to do it, I will figure it out. So, yeah. Okay, let's add 2 or 3 more, and then let's say perfect. And let's do I don't know what these are representing. Some kind of a flowering tree, I guess. Okay. Let me put the little magnetic parts on it. If I was doing something that's gonna end up being kind of heavy like this, I might put a little dab of hot glue. Those roots out of the way. On the things that are holding. And just so you know, I did put a little dab of hot glue where this leather cording is at the top, because in my experience I have seen that that is a place where it wants to come apart. That is pretty cute. And you know what? I could paint some little wood doodads and like some little birds, which we're going to do for the next project. We're not going to paint them. We're going to do everything natural. But do you guys like it? This is definitely outside of my normal color range. I am normally a cream kind of girl. So give me some this or this. That's a thumb or a heart if you like this idea. Really, I'm not trying to make the most beautiful button tree ever. I'm just trying to show you how to make your own button tree and how you can do it in a way that's going to be pretty easy and manageable and affordable. So, the buttons here came from Dollar Tree. The rope here came from Dollar Tree. The magnetic banner came from magnoliadiy.com. The glue that I'm using is low temperature Sure-Bond Hot. What else do I have on here? That's it. Okay, let me set this aside and let's work on our other tree. Oops. Okay, this was the one that I just put together. And for this one, I pulled out some options. And I'm sure you guys have seen these. You can get them at a lot of different craft stores. They're these little miniature laser cut. And I know I have more, but I just needed to get going and I didn't want to dig. So I pulled out the flowers, but also alternatively, I could use some of these little wood buttons. And I picked these little wood buttons up at Hobbycraft in England last year. But I'm sure you can find something like that here. Okay, so I pulled out a couple of little birds. We'll put those on first. I pulled out a couple of butterflies. And I may end up digging in my closet for, oh, and a bunny, which I thought we could put towards the bottom. I thought I had one more butterfly. Oh, here's another bird. So anyways, I may end up digging out some more, but I wanted to just get started with this. Let's put this little bird right here. This little bird up here. Scooch this down so that you can see better. And I could put my, I don't know where I want to put the butterfly. Might be a little bit too big. And I think I'll put Mr. Bunny just down here. Okay, so I might come back to these butterflies. And now what I pulled out are just a bunch of little flower shapes one side of them has this laser etching on them, which is really pretty. I'm going to do these ones first. Can you see? And then I was only able to locate a few leaves, but those are pretty. So let's plunk some of these little flowers on. Oops, wrong side. Oh, I guess that one doesn't. So two of them stuck together. Oh, well, I just broke it, so we won't use that one. I want the side that has the laser cut on it, the design. Tell me in the comments what your thoughts and impressions are at this point. Did you like the brighter color one better, or are you liking this more muted one? Okay, let's try some of the other shapes. These are pretty little flowers. They're the right size. I mean, they may be slightly big for this project, but these will work just fine. Becky Lair Evans says she likes both. Claudette Hooper says that she likes the muted color better. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that when I do this with my vintage mother of pearl buttons, that is when I'm going to really love it. That's what I'm thinking. This takes a little, you know, a little practice of figuring out what you like. Look at all those glue strings. Holy moly. This is glue string heaven. And I think I have only a few of these leaves, but let's put some leaves on here. I'm going up too high. I forgot I need to leave that spot empty for the magnetic thing. Cut this off. Where should this go? So you can totally see, did I not glue one on? Let me just add this one more real quick. You can totally see how you can create a tree. I'm going to come back probably this evening and do a little more just fussing with them. I may add some Spanish moss or some green. I may add some more buttons. Some more birds, I don't know. But here we go. Now, if you decide to do a project like this, I definitely want to see it. So please share pictures. You can share your pictures over at Dreaming DIY, which is that group I set up for us to share our crafting ideas and pictures. You could also share them here in these comments. One reminds you of fall and one reminds you of spring. Oh, wow. I'm guessing that the spring is this one. Well, this was a fun project. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, feel free to sprinkle this to your social media. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask, but you can go back to the beginning and just watch from the beginning on replay, because I talked about everything and I did every step along the way. If you want the information on these awesome banners, magnetic banners, 9x12 banners from Magnolia DIY, just let me know and I'll give you a direct link so you don't have to, hunt it down. If you have other ideas for this project, like how I can improve it before I do a big one with my vintage mother of pearl buttons, please share those. Oh yes, and I'm praying for everyone who was affected by the storm. If you're watching this live, there were some very terrible tornadoes that came through parts of the south. So, yeah, I'm super sad to hear about that and praying for those people. Cindy, I'll get you the links as soon as I'm finished. Okay, guys, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Come back tomorrow for Christ in Crafting. It will happen sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. And then on Monday, I'm going to start my new devotional group. Well, it's not going to be a separate group. It's going to be here. And I think at this point, I'm going to plan to start at 12:30 Eastern Time on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. So if you want the information on the book that we're going to be doing, so you can order one, just let me know and I'd be glad to get you that as well. Okay, see you guys later.